So here we need to prove that triangle ABC and PQR are congruent. Write remaining congruent parts of the triangle. So whatever parts are remaining, since we know um, in two triangles you will find three pairs of corresponding angles and three pairs of corresponding sides. We will use three pairs of corresponding angles or sides to prove that the triangles are congruent, and three more sides or angles, three more pairs of angles or sides will be remaining. Now in triangle, eh, whatever I'll write for this solution, everything is important and compulsory. So whenever you will prove two triangles congruent, you need to remember to produce this much, at least this much in your solution. So each and every, I will not write anything extra. All steps are essential, because here we're talking about two triangles, so we need to mention names of triangles. So here I'll write in triangle ABC and triangle PQR. First, I'll take three corresponding either sides or angle which are already mentioned as congruent in our figures or in question. So as I can see, angle A is equal and congruent with angle Q. So I'll mention those two angles. Reason is each is a right angle. So here I'll mention each is a right angle. That is the reason they are equal or congruent. We need three components. Now we have one. We need two more components. Suppose in triangle ABC, I am taking AB. So same identical mark is given on PQ also, which indicates that in triangle ABC, AB, and in triangle PQR, PQ, both are congruent. This is given. So here I'll write given information. Besides, BC is also congruent with PR. So here I'll take PR. It is also given. As we have already discussed, that in order to prove two triangles as congruent, we need three components. So we have three components: one pair of corresponding angle, two pair of corresponding sides as congruent. So this is sufficient evidence to say that triangle ABC and triangle PQR are congruent. So here you will say, therefore triangle ABC is congruent with triangle PQR. We need to write test of congruency. So since it is a right angle triangle where corresponding hypotenuse are congruent and corresponding one of perpendicular sides are congruent. So here you will mention hypotenuse side test. So here I'll write hypotenuse side test. So now it is proved that the given triangles are congruent. This is first part of your question. Question says state the test assuring congruence of triangle. So this is the test which assuring test of congruence, that is hypotenuse side test. Write the remaining congruent parts of the triangle. Remaining congruent parts. So here we will mention whatever parts are remaining. So suppose these two triangles are congruent. So what about AC and QR? These two parts we have not discussed here in order to prove them as congruent. So this AC and QR is remaining. So here I'll mention AC is also congruent with QR. And here you will write corresponding sides of congruent triangle. This is standard abbreviation which you can use. The full form of this CSCT, corresponding side of congruent triangles. Same way, here we mention one pair of corresponding angle, that is A and Q. So if these two triangles are congruent, so C and R will also congruent. So here I can say angle C is congruent with angle R, and angle B is congruent with angle P. And for these two, you can write a common statement that corresponding angles of congruent triangle. Only difference, side and angle. If we talking about sides, you will write CSCT. If you talking about angles, you will write CACT. CSCT means corresponding sides of congruent triangles. CACT means corresponding angles of congruent triangles. So this is the solution which is required to be done for this question, and all steps are compulsory and mandatory in your solution. So remember these steps when you answer this question.